Hello, my wonderful students. This is part or Foldable 4, part 1 of Foldable number 4, section 4.4, modeling a problem situation. And for this one, we're going to use not the full page, but pretty close to it. So we're only going to have this one part for this foldable. So first of all, we have like we went over this in class, but still for the people that were absent and as a refresher. So close friends Stacy, Una, and Amir were all born on July 4th. Stacy is 1 year younger than Una, and Una is 2 years younger than Amir. On July 4th, 2010, the product of their ages was 2,300 more than the sum of their ages. How old was each friend on that day? So, the first things first is first thing we always do, we're going to define our variables. Okay, so I'm gonna do let x equal. So if we notice that each of these sentences that have, so Stacy is 1 year younger than Una, and Una is 2 years younger than Amir. Both of these have Una in common. So I'm gonna let x equal Una. Well, it's not just gonna be Una; it's Una's age on July 4th, 2010, right? Because that's what we're talking about. If that's the case, that means Stacy, if Una is X, Stacy is 1 year younger than Una, so that means Stacy is actually going to be, let's do Stacy's age, just to keep it consistent, is going to be equal to X minus 1. And if we go to Amir, so Amir's age is, and Amir was, or Una was 2 years younger than Amir. So if we have Una is 2 years younger, so that means Amir is going to be 2 years older. So that's where the x plus 2 is going to come into play. So if we notice again, so we let x be Una's age, and then so Stacy's age, she's 1 year younger than Una, so it's x minus 1. And Una is 2 years younger than Amir. That means Amir is 2 years older than Una, which is our x. Alright, so now that we have everything, the variables defined, we have our x, we have our x plus 2, and then our x minus 1. I meant to put x minus 1 here, but it doesn't really matter the order. Now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of write the equation of this, what's going on. So once again, we have that on July 4th, the product of their ages was 2,300 more than the sum of their ages. So the first thing we got to figure out, the product of their ages. And then we got to figure out the sum of their ages. Well, we don't really know how old they are, but we know it in terms of the variables. We know that Una is x, Stacy's age is x minus 1, and Amir's age is x plus 2. So the product of this, product meaning multiplication, is going to be our x times our x plus 2 times our x minus 1. And the sum is just addition of this. So the sum of these would just be x plus x plus 2 plus x minus 1. And now we got to figure this out in terms of the equation. So it says the product of their ages was 2,300 more than the sum. So the product being more than the sum, we'll go ahead and write the product on the side. So we have x, so we're going to put the product. X times x plus 2 times x minus 1. Put the equal sign here because we're not really sure yet where we're supposed to put the 2,300. And then the sum we're going to write over here. as x plus 2 plus x minus 1. All right. So let's kind of think about this. If the product of their ages is 2,300 more than the sum, that means if I were to add the sum of 2,000 or the 2,300 here, that would be even like way bigger than this. And this is already bigger than this. So in order to make these equal, I had to add the extra 2,300 to this side in order to make it so that this plus the 2,300 would make them equal, because this is 2,300 more than this side. So in order to make this equal sign true, I had to add those 2,300 to this side so that when you add these together, it would equal that. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do our distribution here. And we're going to go ahead and solve this side and this side. So we're going to do this one first before we get rid of this. We're going to do x times x gives x squared. X times negative 1 is negative x. 2 times x is positive 2x. And 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Also is going to be multiplied by x. But we're going to get rid of this internally first. So we have x times x squared. These add to positive x minus 2. Now we can go ahead and multiply the x through. We have x cubed plus x squared minus 2x is equal to. Now we're going to solve this side. Excuse me. We combine like terms here. We have x plus x plus x, which are the 3 x's here, plus 2 minus 1 plus 2,300. So x plus x plus x is 3x. 2 plus negative 1, or 2 minus 1 is 1, plus 2,300 is 2,301. So now we're going to subtract everything to the side. So we have minus 3x, x cubed plus x squared minus 5x is equal to, this subtracts to 0, 2,301. Subtract the 2,301 to both sides. Oops, 2,301. And we get x cubed plus x squared minus 5x minus 2,301 is equal to 0. So now using this, we can actually solve our problem. We're going to go to our wonderful calculator here. And we're going to go to go back. We're going to go to a new document. So we start fresh, go to our graph, and type in our function. We have x cubed plus x squared minus 5x minus 2,301. Hit enter. And we get this wonderful equation that's not even there. Let's go to menu, trace the graph, and it's going to put us where the graph actually is. So we're going to have to kind of go up a little bit. A lot of it actually, because we're at negative 2,000. Alright, I'm going to pause and get you back in there when I get there. Alright, there we are. So we find our 0, which is 13. So we know our x. Now let's do this one in black. We know our x is equal to 13. So I know you're just thinking, we're done, but we're not done. We need to know the ages of all three. We need to know the ages of Stacy, Una, and Amir. Well, if you remember the variables that we defined, x was Una's age. So we found Una's age. So Una is equal to 13. Stacy was equal to Una's age minus 1. So if we had 13 minus 1, this would equal 12. So Stacy is equal to 12. And last but not least, we have our Amir was equal to Una's age plus 2. So it'd be 13 plus 2, which is equal to 15. So Amir's age was equal to 15. So once again, we are done, kind of. This is a word problem, meaning that we have to answer the question as a word problem. So how old was each friend on that day? So on July 4th, 2010, Una's age was 13, comma, Stacy's age was 12, and Amir's age was 15. And that'll do it.